SCP-3631. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-3631-1 is held in a standard biological containment cell at Site-19, and is to be fed 2 kg of raw meat on a weekly basis. Food should be promptly removed if not consumed within 2 hours. The cell is to be cleaned on a weekly basis, and SCP-3631-1 must be sedated during this period and other interactions aside from testing. SCP-3631-2 is held in a modified chamber in the intensive care unit of Site-19, where it is provided sustenance through intravenous 4. Injection. SCP-3631-2 must be examined by a medical team daily. Any signs of deterioration are to be treated immediately. In the case that SCP-3631-2 deteriorates to critical condition and/or does not respond to treatment, Procedure V367 Killbone is to be carried out. SCP-3631-2 must be administered anesthetics before Procedure V367 Killbone to minimize psychological trauma. 1 human cadaver is to be placed in the vicinity of SCP-3631-2. Security personnel are to release SCP-3631-1 into SCP-3631-2's chamber. Personnel are not to enter the cell or disturb SCP-3631-1 in any way until the procedure is concluded, at which point SCP-3631-1 is to be sedated and removed from the chamber. SCP-3631-2 should be examined afterwards and administered antiseptic by the standby medical team, TTT. Description: SCP-3631 is the collective designation for 2 humanoids, SCP-3631-1 and SCP-3631-2. SCP-3631-1 is a nocturnal carnivore with red skin pigmentation. It weighs 89 kg and stands at 1.9 m when upright. Outside of a mouth and several heat-sensing orifices, it lacks any discernible facial features. Despite this, SCP-3631-1 demonstrates sight, smell, and hearing comparable with that of other large primates. SCP-3631-1 displays persistence hunting behavior, stalking solitary prey from a distance and attacking when isolated. SCP-3631-2 is an adult male human. All of SCP-3631-2's limbs have been amputated, and the lower jaw and vocal cords have been removed. Additionally, a long incision has been made across the abdomen to allow access to the abdominal cavity. Analysis of scar tissue suggests this was likely inflicted by animal claws, though the precision of the wounds implies intent beyond simple defensive or predation behavior. Although it shows signs of consciousness, SCP-3631-2 is capable of only weak response to stimuli, though this has improved since being taken into Foundation custody. SCP-3631-1 displays aggressively protective behavior against perceived threats to SCP-3631-2, having become significantly more aggressive since containment. SCP-3631-1 seems to be able to innately sense the medical condition of SCP-3631-2, as demonstrated by its agitation and high-pitched vocalizations typically associated with distress during surgical operations on SCP-3631-2. SCP-3631-1 will transport victims not used for sustenance to the vicinity of SCP-3631-2. It then will begin extracting organs from the victim to replace diseased and/or otherwise damaged organs in SCP-3631-2.1. The transplanted organs resume functions upon attachment. However, transplanted organs quickly begin showing signs of atrophy and require replacement on an approximately monthly basis. Analysis indicates nearly all of SCP-3631-2's organs have been replaced in this fashion, with only the central nervous system and sections of bone and muscle tissue retained. Tissues from 23 different hosts have been identified. Attempts to replace this process with standard medical care have yielded mixed results, although supplementing maintenance from SCP-3631-1 with care from Foundation medical teams has improved SCP-3631-2's condition considerably. It is not known at this time how SCP-3631-2 consistently survived this process prior to containment given the poor quality of care and high risk of blood loss and infection. Discovery: SCP-3631-1 was discovered and captured on December 18, 2005 in Ombre Rouge, Louisiana after a string of disappearances were reported along with multiple sightings of a hostile humanoid entity. SCP-3631-1 disappeared from its cell without explanation on November 29, 2006. After several years with no sighting or evidence supporting the entity's existence, Foundation personnel redesignated it as neutralized. SCP-3631-1 was rediscovered along with SCP-3631-2 on October 16, 2018 after a series of disappearances consistent with those that led to the discovery of SCP-3631-1. During the investigation, MTF Epsilon 6, Village Idiots, discovered SCP-3631-2 in an abandoned barn outside of Ombre Rouge. Several pillows, blankets, and crude objects resembling toys were found in the barn, along with multiple unidentifiable human remains. During efforts to extract SCP-3631-2, Epsilon 6 was intercepted by SCP-3631-1, which was quickly subdued with minimal casualties. Addendum: identification for an individual named Simon Hayes was found on the person of SCP-3631-2. Records indicate Hayes was reported missing in late 2016 shortly after returning to Ombre Rouge to visit his family. Medical records indicate that Hayes had been hospitalized due to a concussion after an automotive collision on November 29, 2006, the same date as the disappearance of SCP-3631-1 from containment. He was diagnosed with short-term retrograde amnesia. Investigation of Hayes' residence unearthed a number of crude drawings in an opened envelope, several of which depicted SCP-3631-1. A small note was included: "Found these old drawings of yours, thought you might like to see them again, welcome home XO, Mom." Footnotes: 1. SCP-3631-1 prefers to use the organs of children, but will use the organs of adults if none are available.